I heard you ding. See, I was listening. Hey everybody, Mntdewmania here, and welcome back to Friday. It's rant day. And I hope you guys don't mind if I do a little harvesting while we talk about today's letter, which is the letter L. L is for listening. Here on season 6 of Redneck Rants. And if you're stopping by again, it's much appreciated. I love doing this series. Been doing it for a while. And every once in a while I come up with a pretty good subject to talk about. Sometimes you guys come up with good subjects to talk about. And that is what listening to somebody is all about. And just so we know what we're all talking about, the handy dandy dictionary says listening is to give attention with the ear. Attend closely for the purpose of hearing. I think we all know what listening is. Well, you would think. Now, in my humble opinion, which counts with nobody except for me, there is a big difference between listening to somebody and hearing somebody. And you only have to listen to somebody have a conversation to know that I am telling the truth. There is a vast difference. I know people, and I'm sure you know people, that they talk and talk and talk and talk and expect you to pay 100% to what they are saying, but when it comes to listening to you, they might hear you talking, but they are not listening to the words coming out of your mouth. It's, in my opinion, and somebody else said this too, and I totally agree with it, Brian H. McGill said that one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another person has to say. Now, I am not talking, and it's even worse nowadays because we have so many distractions. And I'm basically talking about cell phones in somebody's hand. You cannot tell me that you are paying 100% attention to what somebody is saying while you are looking down, Googling and texting and seeing if anybody's followed you on Instagram. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, day. Yeah, it was a great day. They could have told you that half the world just blew up, and you would be like, yeah, oh man, that's wow, and go on and not hear a word they say. You're hearing their voice, you're just not comprehending the words. And I can be guilty of it. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm involved in something, and somebody says something to me, I have a one-track mind, and I do not listen. I know they're talking. I'm just not comprehending what they're saying. And I'm just as guilty as anybody. But I think what I'm really talking about is listening and learning. That seems to be the biggest thing. My husband is getting ready to retire he's worked with the company he is with for 14 years, this one, and he's getting ready to retire. And he has always been a one of those people that is 155% dedicated to whatever company he works for. He will give them an arm, a leg, a kidney. He is the kind of person that if you call him at home on his day off, he's going to come in. Um, he's the kind of person that will volunteer on his day off just in case somebody needs him to come in. That's just the kind of work ethic he's always had. But here, as he gets to the end of, you know, his work life, I guess you want to call it, his career, he's finding it very difficult to stay motivated. And a lot of it has to do with these young people coming in for a job, and not that I'm got anything against young person. I was a young person, but it's the work ethics that us old folks, our generation had that this young generation just doesn't have. And I mean, it's just unreal. They hired somebody to come in. They hired a young girl. She's in high school. She wants to get a job, earn some money, to get a car, and she stays in the back. They hire her as a cashier, and she stays in the back flirting with the line cook. My husband tries to train, look, this is how you do this job right. And 5 seconds later, everybody's out on a smoke break. And if people would take a minute to listen, there is nobody that would be a better person to listen to than him at this job. There's not a job he can not do in that store, and has done it well, and knows the right way to do it, and knows all the policies and procedures behind it. And people don't want to listen. Oh, they hear what he's saying. Oh, yeah, man, I heard you. Then why am I telling you for the 25th time that's not how you do that? If you continue to do that, you're going to get in trouble. Oh, yeah, man, I hear you. Right. Uh-huh. And they're out on break again. And now he's to the point he is so burned out. It's just like, please, let me get through the next couple of months so I can just get out of here. And that is sad. I hate to see him so frustrated and burned out. You want to end stuff on an up note, But it's true. People just do not listen. They do not. I mean, they hear words. They hear, they acknowledge the fact that there are words coming out of your face. They're just not listening to any of the words. They acknowledge there are words, and that's about it. But I mean, I don't know. It's just sometimes it's just very frustrating. But it seems now when it comes to negative stuff, negative news, negative whatever, oh, people can't wait to listen to that. Oh my God. You would think that, I mean, they were waiting to hear the winning lottery numbers so they could go play them. And I don't understand. I don't understand how we got to this point in our existence. How are we so? How is it so easy to just, dismiss something important and profound, probably, that somebody is saying, but, we don't miss a bit of gossip. Oh, no. We hear every single word of that. We're listening for that. We want drama and, so we can share it with everybody. And I don't know. When did we stop listening to each other? When did we just become, I mean, it's frustrating and it's frightening that people, it's whoever's screaming the loudest and nobody's listening because everybody's screaming. I just don't get it. I don't understand how we got to just being so. I mean, there used to be a saying about no man is an island. Um, I'm beginning to. That's we're all, and I mean I'm including myself in this. We're all just these isolated little things, aren't we? We don't, if it doesn't touch us, and we don't want it to touch us, then we either don't listen to it or pretend it's not there, so we don't have to deal with it. If I didn't hear you, I mean that's my excuse. What did you say about so and so? I didn't hear you. You know, it's a perfect excuse. But like I said, when it comes to negative stuff, oh no, we eat that up. And people are like, well, I didn't mean for that to be out publicly. I didn't mean for that to be heard by the masses or whatever. Uh, Charles Spurgeon said, "No one knows who's listening. Say nothing you would not wish put in the newspaper." Meaning, if you do not want your girlfriend Sally to learn about your other girlfriend Frances, then I suggest you not talk to anybody about anything, because I guarantee you somebody is going to be listening for a bit of juicy gossip, and they are going to tell Sally and Julie. And you're going to have a world of hurt. Nobody hears anything unless it is an advantage to them. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's like that with everything. It's like that at work. Like I was just talking about it's like that in families. I have been in some family feuds that nobody listens to nobody, and it's about listening and bad communication, that can ruin a relationship quickly. Because once the screaming starts, you heard that your son, whatever, was cheating with Sally, on Sally. Well, nobody heard that Sally and Joe broke up. They just heard that Joe was with a new girl, and did Sally know about it? When we listen, we tend to hear what we want to hear anyway. I've talked about that before too. There are three truths. There's my truth, your truth, and the truth. And if we do not listen to each other, and I can tell you, my daughter and her boyfriend just went through this. You listen to the wrong people instead of listening to each other, and you can have a world of hurt. And most people will tell you, well, I did listen to so-and-so, and it caused nothing but trouble. If I hadn't listened to so-and-so, I wouldn't have been in this mess. Well, probably what it is you listened to about half of what so-and-so said. If you had listened to all of it, they were absolutely right. You wouldn't have been in, but no, you listened about what the part you wanted to hear, the good juicy part. You didn't listen to the rest of it, and now you're in this mess. And when people told you how to get out of it, you didn't listen to them either, because you didn't want to be wrong in the first place. So sometimes you are your own worst enemy when it comes to listening. That's just, that's fact. That's just the way it is, So, Emma Thompson, talking about family, said, any problem, big or small, within a family always seems to start with bad communication. Someone isn't listening. And that's pretty much how it is in any sort of relationship, any kind of family, any kind of quarrel, any, little battle going on. It's because somebody is not listening to somebody. Well, you need to do something. Well, no, I don't, because, I don't, blah, blah, blah. And then whatever else comes out of their mouth after that is just la, 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 la. You might as well stick your fingers in your ear and start dancing around, la, 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 la. Don't want to hear it, la, la, la. Not going to hear it. You might as well just go ahead and do that. It's I don't know. I guess it's like that with everything. It's like that in our jobs. It's like that in our daily lives. It's like that at school. It's like that at work. You know, there is always somebody, I guarantee you, that if you ask their advice about something or if you ask them a question, they have a good answer. They have the right answer. They know how to do that job. They know how to do that math problem. They know how, you've got to listen. They know how to get out of this mess you're in. But you've got to listen to everything. You know, if you don't want anybody's opinion, then don't ask for it, you know, and then, but if you do ask for somebody's opinion, don't go back and say, well, you should have told me what to do. I shouldn't have listened to you. It blew up in my face. It blew up in your face because you didn't listen. You might have heard about a fifth of what they said, but then you applied more of your own stupidity instead of listening to them, you know? Now, if you know they have absolutely failed at something, don't go to them in the first place and ask for advice. If Fred over here told me to go how to go fishing, I probably wouldn't listen to him because all he seems to be good at is growing wheat. Why would I ask him about fishing? He don't know anything about fishing, so I'm not going to listen to him. I will, however, listen to him because he knows how to do these crops. So there you go. All right, guys, there you go. L is for listening. I guarantee you that if you really do stop and focus on somebody and listen, you're probably going to learn a lot more instead of just going chat, 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 blah, 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 yeah, 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 listen, I heard you, I heard you. No, you didn't. Stop, focus, listen. All right, I'm out of here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are just about like at the halfway point of season 6 of Redneck Rants. I cannot believe it. Another one almost gone. And I hope you are enjoying. And leave me some comments. Let me know, are you a good listener? All right, that's the question for today. And I will see you next time. And I am so out of here. Bye, guys.